Alright, so now what I want to show is the pipeline. We have this texture that needs to be applied to this base mesh, and what I want to do is also use that color on it. So how do I do that? Because this object doesn't have any UVs that are usable, and it's already in the sculpting process, right? Well, it's already in the program. So how do I do that? Well, just highlight your object and then send to Maya, send selected as a new scene. Don't save. And it doesn't matter if you've subdivided it or not. It'll just ask you, do you want to send the base mesh? So I have the object, and what I'm going to do is just do the UVs on this object real quick. In this case, this is the biggest surface, so I'm going to do a planar map on it from this camera angle. Then I'll launch my UV texture editor. Okay, the next thing I worry about is seams and stress points. So in this case, I'll do 6 on the keyboard. And you can see a stress point already right here, and that's just the mesh. So I could imagine the texture would fly through that too. So what I'm going to do is double click on that, and that's going to be my seam. Okay, I don't need the back side of it, so I'll say right here is going to be my other seam. I'll cut it, double click that, cut that. That goes all the way around, by the way. And then I'll look for that stress point on every corner and do the same thing. This is also called an extraordinary vertice because it has an odd number of edges going into it. And if you use those extraordinary vertices to your advantage, like, let's say finding seams for texture, your life will be a lot easier. Cut. All students hate UVs. All students. Once in a great while I have one of those students that are like, they like them. But I think they say they like them just to say that, I don't know. I don't think they really like them. Alright, I forget which corner I did not do. So what we're going to do here is go to Object, and we're going to tear this apart. Highlight one UV, go to Shell, hit W, and move it out of the way. Here's my back side and my front side. Just grab all my UVs and go to this tool right here and unfold. This will tell me which corner I missed. A lot of unfolding here. Okay, that corner is alright. Well, it's not really alright, it's just... Okay, so it's this corner right here. This is what takes the longest, is the deselection process. Holding Control and clicking and dragging allows you to use the marquee tool to deselect stuff. Okay, so let's try to make this not look like garbage. We'll grab this, and we hit unfold. Then we grab it from the bottom and then hit unfold. And then we'll grab the overall shell and hit unfold. I like to do that 3-step process. I'll bring this one to the same size. Notice how that failed. This one is a negative shell. You can see that if I go to this button. I'll have to flip it in order for that to work. So I go to Island, grab it, flip it. That's new. Oh, that's not flip. Where'd they stick flip at? Okay, it was right. Aha. Aha. There it is. Blonde moment. See how it's at an angle? That's why I do this. Unfold. So you gotta go back to the move tool. Now it doesn't do that. And that's why I do that 3-step process to just doesn't do it. Huh? Pretty cool, right? This, see how it's a little cockeyed right here? How it kind of goes in at an angle. That's telling me that, you know, it might still be a little bit stretched and might need a little bit more help with the unfolding. So I'm looking to see if those are tore at the very corners all the way through. And they're even on all sides first. They are. So that's going to say, well, I might have to go all the way to right here. Now that path doesn't have a really good path. So I'm going to have to pick something and stick with it. Like right there. So again, look for your landmark. For this, I'll just do the opposite of that, which is the up path. This is where I really appreciate Blender. Really appreciate Blender. Alright, there we go. And again, since those are cut, you can just grab this shell, unfold, and you can see straighten it right out. I'm just going to do a little bit more right there, and I'm using that back contrast line to line it up. Alright, perfect. Now when I size this, I have to size it uniformly. There we go. So that's a UV process. Now to update your Mudbox scene, just go like this. Now you'll know you have UVs on this because you can go to UV view and you can see them. And that's how you update your UVs. So now in the next video I'll show you the next part of the pipeline.